Well, hello my friends on YouTube. Today I'm continuing my collection update, sort of inventory on my knives. And as you can see, I really got a lot inside the frame, just to make sure that this is only going to be 3 parts, because apparently I had more knives, or at least bigger than I thought. So I'll make this number 2, and then I'll have to make a number 3 as well. Yesterday I uploaded the first part, and I told you I would start at the left and point it to the right. Today I will start at the right again, and we agree that this is the right side. Starting with this big guy, the Mr. Blade HT2. Very big knife. If you're going to carry this in your trousers for EDC, you might want to take on some suspenders and a belt as well. Very big and heavy, but incredibly smooth. And of course this heavy blade makes it drop very nicely. Then no-name Chinese knife. It is definitely sort of a copy of one of Shirogorov's knives. I realized that after I bought them. The other one is actually over here. I really liked the G10 layer G10, and even the black version is very nice as well. Mediocre steel, but reasonable action actually. Very late lockup on this one, and this might tell you something, at least sometimes, about build quality in China. This is very much off center, and as I said, the lockup is about 110%, and I'll just put this away. Then you have this one, very nice and very I like the looks of it. I'm very fond of blue or purple, and this one lockup is about maybe 70%, and it is perfectly centered, and action is on both of them really good. Very simple flat grind, and which makes them quite nice slicers. I think the steel is 770 or 13 MOV, so a bit mediocre. Still, I like them, big heavy knives. Then we go to one of my favorite brands. Actually, I want to switch between these two. These two knives, the Kershaw Nura 3.5, the 3.5 inch Nura, come in 2 versions, a 3-inch and a 3.5 inch. This and the Kershaw Strobe was actually my first flipper knives after the Danish knife laws were loosened a bit, so it was made legal to have one-handed folders, even locking folders. This turned out, the Nura was the first one I unboxed, and it turned out to be a bit of a disappointment, because you really have to put some effort into the flipping on this one. Other people say that theirs are working just great. This one, even I smoothed it and all, it still demands a bit of effort to open. So at that time I lost a bit of confidence in flippers, but I've continued my unboxing, and I got this strobe. And this one, little knife, has an amazing action. At least at that time I really sensed that that was what flipping was about, and this one was so much better than the Nura. Special place in my heart for both of them. As I said, my first purchases in my new collection, and very nice knife. A classic, not in this version, but this is the 3.0 version of the Kershaw injection, but still a very decent knife. I would have liked the 3.5 inch version, but it is very expensive in Europe, so I went for this one just because it's a classic, and I quite like it actually. A bit small for my taste, but that's just me. For most, I think it is quite nice. Then another small knife, and again I have managed to make it quite smooth, but I was so disappointed about the action. But it is quite smooth now. Let me and overlay play. So I managed to smooth it out, but it took a while to do that. Bit of a special knife, the Kershaw Thistle, with this very huge button lock in the middle here, and very smart design actually, because if you hold it down, the blade stops at 90 degrees, so if your finger is in the way, you have time to remove it. Great action, and then it just stops there. I haven't figured out the trick to make it go. It stops halfway all the time because I can't manage to release the button quickly enough. Then I just wanted to show you a rake knife that I forgot yesterday. You know, I showed you I had 5 rake knives previously, but I forgot this one. It was in another drawer. This one is a rake P130B. Nice little. It's a rather big, a nice tanto. I remember saying in my impressions video or my review that it had some smaller issues with the sharp edges with these millings, but otherwise very nice knife with some features that you normally don't see in even more expensive knives. This one has pin bearings, one of 2 in my collection. The other one is real steel griffin. Besides the little issue with the handle, I actually liked this a lot. I enjoy this one very much. Sorry I forgot it among the other rake knives, but there it is. Moving over to another brand, the CRKT brand. I have 6 of those. The CRKT Shenanigan. Not completely satisfied with this one. I usually like canonian designs, but this one I find it a bit flimsy and not that good a flipper. It does the job, but it is a bit flimsy. The handle is very light. It is, I think, FRN, some fiber reinforced nylon, and I think it is a bit wobbly. The CRKT Titec 2 Tanto, that's a tongue twister with the button lock. My 3rd knife with a button lock. Very murdery blade shape on this one. It does come in an ordinary version, not a Tanto, and the lightning shape of the handle still rather nice in hand, and a very good action with this button lock. Just drop shot. Then we have the CRKT Reg, so very big, very sturdy knife, and the special blade shape, chisel shape. So as I said, very heavy, very sturdy. I like this one a lot, actually. It comes with a pocket clip, both tip up, tip down, but I prefer this one because when you take that off and put the other clip down here, you actually leave a rather nasty hole here, ugly hole here, that doesn't do anything for the looks of the knife. Funny lock at the top here, which I'm not that fond of, because you inevitably you'll lock the knife when you use it. Still very, very funny and different knife. I like that a lot. One of my all-time absolute favorites, the CRKT Hoop Nanny. This is just, if this was available in more expensive materials or a little better finish, I would buy it in a heartbeat. It is an amazing knife. Ergos are perfect. You can choke up and then you have extra jimping here even for cutting. It's a small footprint in your pocket, nearly flush with the handle. Very, very nice knife. I love this knife. And then my sort of the opposite, even from the same company, the CRKT Directive. I can't say much good about this one. I'll refer you to my review, but I really, really didn't like this one very much. I considered it one of my worst purchases. It could have been good, but there's a lot of bad in it, in my opinion. CRKT Craw Pet Casper, one of their cheapest knives. Very, very big handle. Handle to blade ratio is very, very bad, but at least not even the biggest hand would have any problems, and it is quite nice in the hand. It is one cheap, and they even come on sale a lot of places. Still, yeah, it's not my favorite CRKT, but for the price I think it's okay. Moving on to one of my favorite brands, unfortunately, due to cost and what I can afford. This is not a brand that I have many of, but I have a couple of their budget, sort of so-called budget knives. They're cheaper versions, and this is of course the Wii knives, if I didn't say that already. This one is the 701B. Yeah, just very, very nice knives. Very special blade shape. It reminds me of some sea bird, I think. Very heavy, which means that it just drops shots, but they are extremely smooth, and the build quality is so amazing. And as it should be, around 100–120 euro. The other Wii knife I have is the 617A. These numbers are so difficult to remember. Also a very beautiful knife in my opinion. This harpoon shape I just love very much, and again a very sturdy and very smooth action. And contrary to Nick Shabazz, whom I mentioned in the previous video, I don't find the star screws, you can see the star hardware, to be a problem at all. This little tool actually goes easier into your pocket if you're going out than a set of Torx drivers, and who has a set of Torx drivers in their pocket. But the little tool that comes with the knife, you could put on your keychain, and I guess you have your keys with you more often than your Torx drivers. At least I do. Now, maybe controversial, I don't know, but that's the way I feel. I like that star hardware quite much. And then a little surprise when it came out. the steel wheel cut jack. It is an amazing knife, especially since it's only on washers, bronze washers, but still this is just so smooth, and it competes with a lot of other everyday knives for a very, very good work knife, and not more expensive than you're there to use it for work, and still very decent materials, and very, very nice knife indeed. I like this so much. Spyderco Tenacious. Yeah, I'm not that good at that. I'm better at spider flicking actually. Bought this one to see what Spyderco's was all about. I think I get it a little bit. Still, I don't like the designs of many Spyderco's. That hole really does something to the design. But I got this one to see, and I realized that they are very good working knives, and then to each his own. I don't like the design, but I realize that a lot of people could do, and that's quite okay. We can't all like the same all the time. But very smooth, even on washers, and a really good working knife with a rather large footprint in my pocket, I think. Moving over to a Chinese knife, Y-Star Jin 01. But I have two, because I liked them a lot, and because they were so cheap that I actually just wanted to pick up a couple and could give them away if I needed, if I had that urge. The Jin 01, really, really a nice knife. I reviewed it very favorably. It is an axis lock, very, very smooth and nice knife. I like this one a lot. I actually bought two of these as well. Once I got the green one, and then I realized how good they were, and I bought another one when I was ordering in China anyway, and I gave that one away as a present for a friend. Yeah, well, that completes the second part of my collection update. There will be a third part, I can see that looking down in my drawers, but that will be maybe tomorrow. I have to go to work, but I hope that I'll be able to make something when I get home. Well, with that, I hope you have a good day all over the world, and bye bye.